Nadia Meintjes, and she joins us now from the Zhejiang province. Good day to you, Nadia. Thank you so much for joining us. Am I correct that you're some 600 kilometers away from the epicenter in Wuhan?
That's correct, yes. I'm in Zhejiang province, about 600 kilometers away from the epicenter of the coronavirus.
Are you in contact directly with the South Africans still in quarantine in Wuhan?
Yes, I am. We have created a group with a few volunteers assisting them. There's quite a big group of people working behind the scenes that we try to set up some helplines. We received quite a lot of help from outside sources to help with translating services and acquiring masks and food and medical care for those who would need it.
It must have been such an incredibly frustrating time for them. I mean, they've spent nearly 2 months. I understand a lot of them are holed up in hotels.
Yes, that's correct. So it's been a really trying time for these people. As you can think, we as humans have a very basic need of human contact and interaction, and most of these people have been in their own apartments for more than 40 days now without any human contact, without seeing anyone. And it's really the emotional toll this whole thing has taken on a lot of the people. It's really, you can't describe it to anyone that hasn't been in the situation.
Absolutely. And we're hearing that some of the negative social media messages about not wanting these South Africans to come home has hit them quite hard.
I think it has really been shocking what has been said on social media, but I don't think it comes from a bad place. I think it's more out of fear and ignorance, and people are not educated on the virus. And social media has also played quite a big role in the panic around the globe and the stigma that is around this whole virus. A lot of fake news has been doing the rounds, and I think people should take everything they see on social media with a grain of salt. But it's quite shocking to see some of the messages that have come through, the feeling of among South Africans. I don't think people realize that none of these people want to bring the virus to South Africa, and none of them has shown any signs of the virus. They've been in quarantine for more than 40 days already. None of them has been ill, and it's absolutely not the intention to bring the virus home. And also, the South African government wouldn't have arranged an evacuation if there was the risk of them bringing the virus home.
Do you know if there's any clarity, if the people who are waiting to be brought back to South Africa, have they been told when they're coming back exactly?
No, at the moment it's unclear. They just told us soon, so we are not sure on the exact time or date, and we prefer also to just, comply with what they are telling us at the moment. It's a big, you have to realize this is a very big operation because it involves a lot of paperwork, a lot of political behind the scenes bargaining. It's not just as easy as getting on a plane and flying home, because this is a crisis and has to be meticulously planned, and it's really so much effort that's been put into this that we are so grateful towards the South African government for making this happen and all the hard work they're putting in.
We are seeing on the front page of the Mail and Guardian this morning that members of the SANDF allegedly, reportedly, are saying they don't want to fly to Wuhan because they fear the virus. Have you heard anything about that at all? Has that sort of been processed amongst the expats in China?
We have also seen the reports in various media outlets, but we are fully confident that the South African government will handle it. I highly doubt that it's true. I mean, I hope it's not true, but I highly doubt that it's. I think it's just a rumor going around.
It does seem strange to me if you think that military personnel are trained to go into war. It seems odd that they would object to possibly being in contact with a virus that death rate is only about 3%, but who knows? I'm sure we'll get clarity on that story. Nadia, finally, you're 600 kilometers from the epicenter of Wuhan, but you are in a country that has largely been on lockdown for a long time, thousands of cases, and you say there's a lot of misinformation. What have you learnt about the virus, and how worried are you about contracting coronavirus?
Well, I mean, it is a reality that we live with every day, that you might contract the virus because you never know. But China has put so many preventative measures in place and so strict access control to communities and buildings, and they are really going out of their way to make sure that the citizens and the foreigners in China stay safe with all the preventative measures. They really are controlling the situation very well. You need special passes to get into certain areas, and they're also restricting movement, which has played a big role in curbing this coronavirus. So yes, there is still the possibility of getting infected, but we do take the precautions that have been described, and we do just keep to what they tell us to do, and you know, like you say, it could happen, but if you do everything you can to stay safe and to follow the orders, then shouldn't be your main worry.
Well, thank you so much, Nadia. That's Nadia Mankies. She's speaking for a number of South Africans who are based in China, and if she is not actually in Wuhan, but she's about 600 kilometers away in Zhejiang province, talking to us about how the South Africans are feeling. And just to update you on the latest information that we have, the Witness in KwaZulu-Natal, the newspaper there, is reporting that they have spoken to the South African who returned from Italy recently, who's the first diagnosed case of coronavirus in the country, and he has told the newspaper apparently that he is feeling a lot better. We also understand that his wife and 2 children are with him in a sort of self-quarantine, and they're members of their group of friends who all went to Italy to ski. These are the people that they are now closely monitoring in KwaZulu-Natal. So that's the latest that we have coming from that regional newspaper in KZN. And also there's going to be an updated briefing. The Minister of Health, KZN MECs for Health and Education, and the National Institute for Communicable Diseases will be meeting in the school, the Cowan House Board and Management. That is the school where we understand the children of this family have been attending.